Hi everybody, it's Oksana, and this is going to be my December favorites, which I want to warn you right away is going to be kind of random. I have one makeup thing to show you, and then I have just a whole bunch of random things like ingredients and holistic remedies, you name it, to show you. So I do have a lot of favorites, but only one actual makeup favorite because this month has been just crazy busy with the holidays, and we had like tons of family visiting, so I just haven't had time to really accumulate many makeup favorites, and I've been doing pretty much the same makeup as usual, but I did start using my Iredale Liquid Minerals foundation again, which has been my favorite for a long time, and I do talk about it periodically, but recently I had found and had been using the Honest Company Tinted Moisturizer, the oil-free version, and I try not to use this a lot just because it's so expensive and I go through it super quickly. Like, it's the opposite of a little bit goes a long way, basically. And I think normally it's about $50, like if you buy on their website. But I usually can find it on Amazon. I think I found it on Overstock before for like $36-ish. You know, I'm sure it varies, but I think that's, you know, doable to buy it for that price. So I've gone through a few of these bottles, but it is basically a very lightweight foundation. There's some aloe vera gel that the little pigments are suspended in, and I do have this on today. I have a powder on top of it as well, and it's so nice and lightweight, and it makes a difference, but it is kind of light coverage. And the reason I've been using this a lot is I'm sure many of you, depending on where you live, are also experiencing this phenomenon where it's been abnormally warm out. I live in the South, so I mean it kind of makes sense that it's warm in the South, but it has, you know, snowed here in December before, but this December has been extremely warm, and it's been like in the 70s, and I know for some people in other parts of the South it's even been like in the 80s, and even my parents who live in New England, they live in Massachusetts, it's been like in the 60s, like high 60s for them, so it's been really warm. Although we do have family that live in Colorado, and she's like, there's snow on the ground here, so it really depends on where you are, but here it's been really warm. And the tinted moisturizer from Honest Company, even the oil-free version, is very rich, and it can feel a little heavy unless you have really dry skin, you know, when it's dry, cold weather out, which is kind of why I was using it. But now that it's been really warm, it just felt like too much. Like, I just didn't even like putting it on. It just felt too heavy. So I switched to this because it's so lightweight, and this is what I've been using the whole month, and I absolutely love it. My color is Bisque, and I think this is wonderful. So that is my makeup favorite, my one and only makeup favorite. And then I have a cold remedy, and this is oregano oil. And oregano oil is supposed to be really great for if you're sick. It just kind of like internally kills germs and stuff like that. So you are supposed to put a few drops in water. I mean, there's instructions on the back. I forget how many drops, like 3 or 4, I think. Yeah, or 1 to 4 drops, 2 to 3 times daily. So anyway, so I do this when I'm sick or when I feel like I'm getting sick, and my whole family's been pretty sick lately. It started with my kids naturally, and then, you know, they're all snotty and coughing, and I felt like I was getting sick too, and my throat started, you know, hurting, my nose got all stuffed up, and I was like, no, we're all gonna be sick just in time for Christmas. But I've been doing this. I've been doing other holistic remedies as well. Like, I've been diffusing essential oils that are, you know, supposed to be good as well for fighting germs and fighting colds. So, oh, and I've been like using lemon juice, like squeezing juice out of lemons and putting it in everything that I can to get my vitamin C naturally and stuff like that. So anyways, I fought it off, and I just thought I never mentioned this product before, but it's really wonderful, and I use it a lot, and I've even gotten, you know, some family members, you know, like my dad and my husband, to periodically try it. So I think it's great. I mean, I don't know if it'll like 100% make you better, but it definitely helps. you know, and I got over this cold pretty quickly. So I really like it. I think it's a good, like, supportive thing to take when you're sick to help yourself. And then another thing that I want to mention, I have an open case, and this is the closed one that I'm showing you, because this stuff gets everywhere. You have to be really careful with it. It's like a really finely milled white powder. And this is Tapioca Flour, also known as tapioca starch, also known as cassava flour. So there's lots of different names for it, but basically tapioca is a root, it's cassava root, and it's been dried and ground into this white powder. And if you feel it, it is very, very fine. It doesn't feel like flour, which flour like has a certain grittiness to it. This is more like cornstarch. It's got that really, like a finishing powder kind of feeling to it, you know? And the reason I've been loving this so much is because I found so many incredible recipes that use this flour. And what's nice about it is not only is it gluten-free, but it's also grain-free because it's not a grain. So if you do the paleo diet, for example, then you can use tapioca flour because you're not supposed to have grain on the paleo diet. I have these cookies that I've been making for a really long time with it. I'll try and find the link and put it down below. I just have a little printout of it in my cupboard, but basically they have almond flour and tapioca flour, and they're just really, really good. They're a little bit crunchy. I had been looking for like a crunchier cookie versus chewy cookie, and then I discovered those, and they've just been amazing. And then more recently I found some flatbread that you can make with this that's actually really easy to make. And I'll try and find and link that recipe down below as well. I posted a picture of it on my Instagram. It's got some nutritional yeast in there to make it kind of have that buttery flavor, and it's really, really good. The only thing that I would say if you're going to try to make it, the recipe makes a decent amount, and then you're supposed to like roll it out onto a hot pizza stone, which has been preheating in your oven at like 500 degrees. So it was a little scary having this super hot stone, you know, taking it out of my oven and like rolling the dough out on it. And then also I wasn't able to roll it super, super thin just because it was hard and it was a lot of dough. It ended up covering like the entire thing. And so when it got cooked, it had that weird like little bit of chewiness in the very center because it was so thick, and I ended up leaving it in the oven after I turned it off just to like have it dry out completely, and it did, and it became, you know, crunchy throughout, and it lost that weird rubbery chewiness that tapioca flour can give if you don't, you know, dry it out completely. And so what I would probably do next time is just roll out little tiny pieces of it and just plop them onto the stone, and they'll cook faster, it'll be easier, and you know, easier to eat too. So anyway, it's just a little recipe kind of thing. I have a little list actually of everything I want to talk about. Oh, another thing, and this is really random, but I buy salad when I go to the grocery store. I just get one of those little plasticky containers. It's got like a lid and it's got salad on the inside of it. I'm sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. And there's like a few different flavors, I guess. I get the super greens, I think it's called. It's just a mix of like spinach and other random little leaves. I don't do like iceberg or anything like that. I usually do like things that look like leaves. And I make kind of like smoothies with it. I really don't like eating salad, and so to make myself eat it, I make smoothies with it. I do salad and avocado, and I put some lemon juice in there, and I put some coconut water in there. And I know that sounds probably terribly gross, and I'm not going to pretend that it's absolutely delicious, but it's, you know, it's really eatable, surprisingly eatable, because the lemon just makes everything really sour. So it's just like the sour thing, and it's surprisingly eatable considering how healthy it is. So I do that. And one problem that I've been having is that my salad goes bad so quickly. Like, I swear, bring it home. Usually on the weekends we go shopping, and then like by Tuesday it's already like all slimy and gross, and I just have to eat it like right away, and I feel bad because sometimes I waste it because I don't have a chance to eat it that quickly. And it doesn't even say that it's expired yet on the thing, but I'm afraid to eat it after it gets all slimy and stuff, you know? Like, who wants to eat it like that? So what I discovered recently, and I don't know why it took me so long to try this, but is just drying it off. Like when I opened up the box, it didn't look wet yet, right when I bought it, but I just kind of dumped it all out on some paper towels and just kind of patted it dry anyways, even though it didn't look wet. And then I wrapped it up in the paper towels so they would absorb any moisture, and I put it back in that little plasticky container, and I've been keeping it like that, and it stayed good like the entire week, so I was actually able to eat it the entire week. So that's just incredible. I'm going to do that from now on, and I just thought I would throw that out there. I'm sure I'm like the last person to discover this. That's probably not exciting news to you, but I thought I would share anyways. And let me see what else we got. That is actually it for all my little random favorite things. And then last, I thought I would talk about jewelry. So if you're annoyed by hearing me talk about my jewelry all the time, you can tune out. But basically, I've been really into making trees. And I think I might have mentioned the trees before, but I've just been absolutely obsessed. To the point where I even made this little moon bead out of polymer clay because I wanted a little crescent moon. And oh my gosh, I'm just so obsessed with these trees. I used to not have any interest in these when I mean, I've been wire wrapping for a few years now, you know, and I thought, well, you know, the trees are really not that appealing to me because they are covering up the stone, and I don't know. I just never really liked them, and then I decided to try making one maybe like 2 months ago, and they're just so addictive. This one has the round moon. They're so fun, and I love playing with like the shape of the tree and the stone. I love finding stones that make like a background for the tree, just like a neat background. Like, for example, this right here. I love owls. So I wanted to have a tree with an owl sitting on it, and I thought this was an amazing stone because of the little crystals in there. So just kind of funky and kind of gigantic, but I've just been really enjoying, this is another labradorite one, really enjoying making all of these trees. That's been a lot of fun for me. Another jewelry thing that I learned that is so cool is painting glass, you know, glass cabochons, like a little glass. If you don't know what a cabochon is, it's just like a little stone, like a little glass shape. You know, so this is a round, circular shape, for example. So here's a pendant I made, and this little glass thing I painted with nail polish. And look how fun! And of course, being a makeup addict, I have tons of nail polish and all this really pretty colors, and like I used my really nice holographic nail polish and all that stuff. So I've made 3 of these. So I made this one. This is polymer clay. This isn't wire wrapped, but I made this one and this last one here, and it's just so cool. They look like little galaxies or something. So that's been really addicting. I've got nail polish like all over my bathroom floor right now. But yeah, so that's what I've been into this past month. And also, I hope you guys had a nice, you know, holiday, whatever you celebrate, spending time with family, or, you know, whatever you did. Hopefully you had a nice December. My husband and I don't really do big presents for each other just because as an adult, you kind of buy yourself what you want throughout the year anyways, so it's not like waiting to get something the whole year like a kid. And I mean, even if it's expensive, then you just kind of like save up and buy it, you know what I mean? Like, we allow each other to have like a little bit of a budget so you can buy what you like, and if you want to buy like a big thing, then you just don't buy anything for a few months and you save up and you buy the big thing. So it, you know, it's not like you wait for Christmas to get things that you want as an adult. So we do like stocking stuffers for each other, which is fun. It's still, you know, you still get surprises and stuff like that. I got some cute little video game character memorabilia things, like a little Zelda, it's like actually a little Link statue, and I also got Daenerys, the Funko Pop, Daenerys from Game of Thrones little vinyl statue or whatever it's called, and just random things like hair elastics and hair clips and you know, things like that. Oh, I also got some leggings, some Star Wars leggings from Target. Maybe you've seen them because I think it's hard to miss all the Star Wars stuff. It looks like Star Wars threw up all over Target when you go in there. And I got the long sleeve Star Wars t-shirt, which I might have shown you guys before. I love Star Wars, in case you don't know. Background story. And I wasn't sure about the leggings just because I wasn't sure how they would fit me and I didn't have time to try them on, and my husband got them for me. So now I have like a whole Star Wars outfit that I'm going to wear when we go see The Force Awakens, which will already have happened by the time that I post this video, so I'm super excited about it. We are seeing it a little bit after it came out, not on like opening day or anything, just because, first of all, I don't want to be jam-packed in a theater with like a million people. I would rather wait a little bit and go when it kind of dies down a little bit. But also because we've never left the kids with a sitter, and we always leave them with family members, and a few times we left them with friends as well. So this time one of my friends is going to watch them, so we're going to go see the movie, and I'm so excited. But the best part about presents, doing presents, is having the kids open their presents. It's so exciting. I've always loved giving gifts a lot more than I loved receiving them, and it's just so fun to see somebody's reaction if they get something that they like, especially a child's, because it's just so, I don't know, it's like so honest and they get so excited. You know, adults get excited too, but it's not the same as like a child getting a toy that they really want and just their whole face lighting up. So that's been really, really fun for me. And then of course my house is just like covered with all the new toys and toy parts everywhere. So because there's just so much stuff, I try to keep everything like organized into a minimum, but of course on Christmas when they get all their gifts, it's just like I need to give away some of their old toys to make room for these new toys. And this year I tried to like get everything organized and like get the toy, actually take it out of the box, put batteries in it, like figure out how it works and all that stuff. Sometimes they're really hard to take out of the box, and they have all these like little ties and they're connected at like every part. So I wanted to get that out of the way, because when, you know, they open their gift and they want to play with their toy, it's like, hold on half an hour as I struggle to remove this toy from the box and then unscrew the thing, put batteries inside, you know, so I didn't want to have to go through all that, so I wanted to do all that ahead of time. And it's a good thing I did, because we needed like a 400 batteries, so I had to go buy batteries for everything. But I really liked that everything, you know, was put together and in working order for them. And we also did some toys that came from a consignment shop as well. I don't like to get all new toys for them. Of course, they get a lot of new toys like from family members, and we did buy them some things as well. But I also like the idea of kind of recycling, so I like buying toys from a consignment shop as well as donating, you know, my own toys so they go to, you know, somebody else. I think it's nice to do that with toys that you're done with and you're not going to play with anymore, your kids, I mean. So anyways, that is pretty much it. That sums up my whole month of December. I wish you a happy new year. Alright, bye! Thanks for watching.